Hello. I'm going to try something new this morning and we'll see how it works. So in the background, that's my studio in the background. Uh, right. So I've got a couple of, I'm doing this on Zoom with a Zoom background. I thought this actually might work because this way I can actually read some of my notes on the screen and still look at you. There you go. And you won't actually know I'm reading from my notes. I could probably read a full script, but yeah, just notes. Right, listen. One of the key things in your organization you need to remember is it's not only the um, those that speak the loudest are the ones with all the answers. In essence, I'm a shy, quiet guy. That's who I am. I am really somebody who um, you know, goes along with the flow. But if you ask me what I think about something, I'll definitely give you my opinion. And that's often the case is unless you ask somebody what their opinion is, you'll never know. So be sure to use everyone's opinion. Because here's what happened. So someone said about 4 months ago, well, I'm not sure about, we're doing migrations. So I'm not sure about this particular one. I might need help. I'm just quiet. I thought, okay, let me help you then. So I got involved in it and broke down what the options were, what the concerns were. And don't worry, we'll go and get the supplier to help us. So the supplier, one of the major players, um, got some additional people involved and, found the right people in their organization to come and talk to us, who were experts in this particular component. And eventually they said, yes, we can help you, but we need to provide you with some people and a product. And then as we got through the commercials and started to follow through with it, there was a problem. We couldn't proceed with that route. Different reasons for that. So internally, we then realised, right, okay, we've not got that option. How about other options? Let's brainstorm again. So other options were, rebuilding the entire thing, which would take, somewhere in the order of 6 months. So it was good, and that may well be the only option. And then we've heard that, maybe there are other people in the organisation that we could speak to. So I thought, okay, let's see if there's anyone else with an opinion. And this little guy who happened to have used this software before said, well, maybe it'll work if we do this and we do that. No, nondescript, was just, a throwaway line. And he wasn't confident. There was no certainty around anything he was doing. I thought, it's worthwhile going down that route to just inquire a bit more. Okay, person went on holiday and they've gotten back into checking it out. Okay, fine. Kept going on the other routes anyway, knowing that we didn't really have a full solution and the one we had was going to take too long. So we got back and kept on and sort of brought them into the team and made sure that they felt comfortable and almost not putting pressure on him, giving him his distance, giving him his time, allowing him to do whatever it is he needed to do. He tested it. There was no confidence there. Might never heard much for days, and then then eventually he said, "Well, it might. Don't know. Let's keep trying." So there was never any confidence, but we thought let that option go, and then where it was like, okay, the test seems to have worked, but again, we kept it subdued. We didn't tell everybody we've got another solution because that would have just added pressure to the area. We just kept it quiet. And long story short, eventually tested it in production, and it took 3 months, and eventually we got it going at the weekend there. So it just shows you that allow the quiet ones. Don't not because nobody's certain about something, it doesn't mean it's not going to work. And just trust your gut feeling. I mean, I had a gut feeling about the person. Look, the way that he knew he had worked in that area, he had the experience, and he was saying just maybe this might work. Well, a hunch will save me time, so I think I'll go down that route. So it was a good win. I was really pleased with that. And so yeah, the another avenue I went down. I think I mentioned on the yachts that I do. I went down this avenue of why don't I see if I can work with these two guys to put the videos onto Amazon. I thought, why not? Just let's go along this route. I didn't know all the implications. I didn't know what the outcomes were or what the legal aspects of it and how to make sure it'd be successful. But we went along the path, and it's off the ground. I've got a little bit of footage I'll show you. It's off the ground, and there's the idea. I met up with a guy in Canary Wharf at the Ivy with a quick chat there in November. The idea then, sort of spread around, and about 10 different people in the yacht industry liked it, gave me content. It's now up there. Some big players are now saying, yes, we'll give you stuff. And it's starting to, it's off the ground. It's a foundation. So I connected with an American guy about 10 years ago, and he knew what I was doing, and he told me then what he was doing, but I didn't really connect the two about yachts and TV. And it turns out, he's got 30 American channels that he would like to put my channel onto as well. So not only on Amazon Fire and Roku, and he's got 30 more to do. So, and last night we concluded that. And so it's off and running just through network, the power of networks, power of speaking to people and saying, what about that idea and that idea? So the next one is to take that to the film side of my world. And I'm going to run a film channel, and I'm going to then speak to one or two other people I know to see how best to do that. But film trailers and independent films, short films, people wanting publicity for their film work and to get it out there. So yeah, I'm going to tailor that one next. So it'll be quite a good one. I always liked the Film 95 or Film 90 or whatever. I always liked those programs, which aren't on much now. And the Jonathan Ross did them as well, and I always liked them. So I might actually do one myself, and we'll see how that goes. Last night I was also at Noises Off, and we parked at our usual Institute of Directors. Beautiful building that, and now the scaffolding is off. You can actually see it for all its glory. It's really been done up nicely, and but yeah, so Noises Off was something I've seen loads of times, and I highly recommend it. And but there's a press night, and I get invited along to press night, and and they always bring along some celebs into that. So I've spotted some at the front. And it was my wife's favorite program, Life on Mars. I can't remember what one of the guys' name is, but Philip Glenister was the main actor, and great series that, and so they were in the audience, but it was because I've seen it so many times, I could probably critique it. The first and second acts are weren't as funny for me 15th time round or whatever I've seen it. But the final act had some gems in it that weren't there before. In fact, I'm sure they changed the ending. I'm thinking the way they ended it was a bit different. But Felicity Kendall, Michael Kelly were good in it, and there's a number of other good quality performances. And we passed the Palace Theatre where Harry Potter is currently showing. It's looking really good at night. And then finally, Burns Night was last night. And yes, of course, I had a bit of Lomond whiskey that was given for my Christmas, with a little glass, a tiny bottle, and so I had still some left, and quite a bit left, and I had a little bit of a wee dram for Burns last night when I came home, and I had some haggis. This is coming home about 10:30, and it took an hour to do the haggis, so I had to, it's just otherwise, you're not Scottish. It's like, what do you wear on your kilt? Well, if you know what you wear on your kilt if you're Scottish, and if you don't, you don't. Anyway, too much information. Have a good day and stay well.